Hello folks, I'm back. Time to discuss about Gaben's AMA. Now obviously the TF team, and obviously the company of Valve, did a Q&A basically for an hour, and answered over 45 questions. It was quite interesting how a lot of the answers we got with things were either shocking, surprisingly, or we didn't even know. This is going to be focused on TF2, and it's pretty cool that we actually get to know some things. As always, I will show you. Hopefully you can read it, because, you know, I'm restricted to what I can edit with software-wise. But it was really good to know certain things, especially about the future of TF2, and I think it might be alright for this year. Yeah, it might be. So, first off though, if we look at the current count, or comment, the current version, the count varies dependent on what team is working on, but the current count is 16. We were told or found out that it was 5 people working on TF2. Now we know there are 16. This includes programmers, artists, writers, level designers, and sound engineers. As far as the 10th anniversary, we have lots of things we're excited to get into the community hands this year, but we can't promise a major update will land on the day that on that day/date. So we know there's now 16 people currently working on the game, but they're mostly programmers, artists, writers, and level designers. Secondly, they've got a big surprise for the Team Fortress 2 community, an anniversary, the 10th anniversary, which is also great. I'm actually happy now that we know there are 16 people working on the game. I did say, I think a lot of people did say that there was originally 5, and by the look of it, maybe some people decided to actually put more effort into TF2, seeing as last year wasn't that good. But it's amazing to see there are actually more people in the game, and I think we could get a better update. The Pyro one is definitely one of them, and the 10th anniversary, that is something to look forward to, and something interesting. But yeah, if we don't have an anniversary, TF2 has an anniversary. Usually it's just like party hats and stuff. But it seems they're going to bring something for TF2 in the community, which is absolutely great, mind you. Which is absolutely great, and I'm actually happy for that, and happy to see what we're going to get. And you know, I can't really wait for the Pyro update. Well, I can, but it's something to be happy about. So we can relax a little. Now we know there's 16 people working on the game. Yet again, if you know how the company works, you can work on any game you want. You don't have to stay on that specific game. You can work on any of these games. Which is, I guess, kind of like the employees have a freedom of choice. But I guess there has to be some restrictions, like you have to finish this before, you know, you can do anything else. But 16, I'm happy with that we have 16 people working on the game. At least it's a big number. I think the CS goes up to 20 to 13. I think Dota 2 is higher. But yet again, Dota 2 is a very competitive game, so they're going to have more people working on it, and I guess it has a lot more stuff to balance to do compared to TF2 and CSGO. If you really think about it, really. I guess it must be a lot hard work just to get something like those 2 games right. But it's great to see of an answer that we actually got. Look forward to. The next one is TF2 has millions of unique players per month, and the team is staffed by a group of people that love and play the game, where they're committed to the support of the community, committed to support the growing TF2 with new features, content, and player experiences. We're currently working on the next major update, which features a new campaign, the Pyro Class Pack, matchmaking improvements, and lots of game balance improvements. This says also another lot that the people that are currently working on TF2 love and play the game. So they do love the game and they do respect it and play it. People thought TF2 is dead. It's not. This proves it. Same with the first comment. This proves that TF2 is not really dead. It's going to continue being alive as we love it. And a new campaigns, which is great. Pyro Pack, matchmaking, and obviously balances. That is great. So basically, Pyro's going to get love, matchmaking's going to get some love, and it's great that these 16 people, are currently at the moment, because it can change. These 16 people love the game. They're probably going to put a lot of work to make sure this will be a good update, because I think they learnt their lesson from Meet Your Match. Because obviously I think they must be a little bit upset that Meet Your Match didn't go according to plan. It didn't get the right reaction from the community. That's something to actually expect. But seeing as they did, and they are basically going to concentrate on this update, make sure it's actually perfect and ready to be released, not half-baked. Now, obviously, if you think about it really, now I will say this, that the TF2 is not really much of a competitive standpoint, which I think there was another big comment, but I'm not really going to talk about it. It's bloody huge. I think I'll just copy it in the description, or just comment and you can read it yourself, where they basically explain that they're trying to satisfy the competitive TF2 community and casual TF2 community. They're trying to do both at the same time, which I think was Meet Your Match was supposed to be for both. It was good for competitive players, but I guess it's sort of dead, because actually I think it is mostly dead, because Lemon Boxer users, we're still waiting for the next Fat Man wave, and many problems. But seeing as this update's going to fix a lot of those things, people go, oh, they should have fixed this when it first came out. They also have real lives, and they're also doing their best, so cut them some slack. And don't forget, it does depend how many people are working on the game. The more people working on it, so on and so forth. And the last one I'm going to read is, the team is usually heads down focused on working on the game, that we sometimes forget to communicate when we should. One of the upcoming blog posts we're planning talks about the game balance changes we're working on for the next major update, along with explains for those changes, so the community can give us feedback prior to the release. So I'm obviously going to leave this comment a little bit longer. What is basically the TF team, or Valve, saying as, because they're so focused on their work, they basically forget to communicate with the community. Some companies, they usually go, hey, we work on this, we know about this and that. I think the TF team, or the company, prefer to get on with their work, release the update, and say something about it. Because I think, because they really love the game and they're hands down focused on it, you're not really going to think about communicating, because you want to get this done. You want to please your audience, and that's what they're doing. And obviously I think this does explain a bit why they don't really communicate that much. They just forget, because they're so into what they're doing. But yeah, it does explain to me. I am satisfied with some of these answers. It's great to know that there are 16 people. They're working on the major Pyro update. They are doing these things as we're expecting them to do, and they got a bit of a surprise with the TF2 anniversary, which is amazing, really. It's amazing and wonderful, and it's something we should all be looking forward to. Now, I know that we all know some people do overhype things. I'm guilty of that sometimes, but I've learned from, previous updates. Now, I have been around since some pretty good updates. I think since the Meet the Pyro update, I was around. Seeing those updates, I was excited. I was like, yeah, this is amazing. And seeing up to now, it's kind of a bit strange and kind of a bit odd. But still. Hopefully, once it's done with the Pyro update, and once it's done with the Heavies update, which, don't forget, the Pyro is getting its update first, and then the Heavy will get his update last. I think people still a bit confused, like, so no update for Heavy? Heavy is getting one, but his is going to be last. The Pyro is going to be the one to get it first, which I guess is pretty reasonable, actually, because a lot of people really wanted Pyro this, because I think it is, well, we don't really know what the Pyro is. It could be a female, a male. I really hope the Pyro's a female, really, because it would be out of a variety of the mercs. Or maybe the Pyro's just a mystery character we'll never find out. Oh well, you can always dream. But still. Overall, though, the AMA of Gaben was pretty amazing. I actually watched the whole thing. I think I watched Valve News Network, or the Valve News Extra channel live stream of the event. He's actually getting an interview of Gabe. He's going to interview Gabe Newell. I congratulate him for that, actually. You know, one of the biggest people in the company, and you actually get an interview. Pretty amazing, nonetheless. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good day.